Capture the flag is similar to flag football, offense and defense, but instead of being on the football field, you're competing on a computer screen. Yeah, Laura, as you can see, the line is wrapped around Costco's parking lot, people trying to fill up those tanks. 2 weeks ago when I came out here, the gate was open and I was able to walk in. Now, there's a lock on the gate. The party is still going on here in downtown Augusta. There's live music, food trucks, and plenty for kids and adults to do.
Claire, what's giving family hope that Answers could be closed this time?
Yeah, Richard, when I spoke to the younger sister of the twins, she tells me that she has dreams about her sisters. With this second billboard, the family feels that somebody somewhere can say something. The suspects in this shooting, Jerondre Kelly and Jordan Perkins, are still on the run. If you know anything about their whereabouts, contact the Burke County Sheriff's Office.
After reading that report, Claire, what have we learned?
Yeah, Richard, there are still some questions surrounding the tragic death of 4-year-old Israel Scott. Mainly, how did Izzy end up at the bottom of the deep end? Just 4 months ago, he was arrested again in Aiken for burglary, grand larceny, and weapon charges. Now, he is the prime suspect in a double murder. 2019 is at the top in dark navy blue. Then it goes to 2020, 2021, and what we've seen so far in 2022 on the bottom. In one day, the sheriff's office seized everything on this list: guns, cocaine, pills. They also made 29 arrests, 16 of those DUIs. But a crime expert I spoke to says the recent uptick in violent crimes is unusual, and there is more behind this recent crime surge than meets the eye. From Aiken County, Clare Allen. Arthur Anthony was there when the shots rang out.
She said, "Daddy, there go the horse." And I turned, pulled my phone out to record her playing with the horses, and it happened that fast.
Now Anthony Redfield, Devontae McNeil, and Henry Beach are being held in connection to the shooting death of 8-year-old Aubrey Anthony. We know Beach has connections to the street gang LOE and was charged just last month with gang charges and weapon charges. He is now facing financial transaction card theft charges, with more expected to come. We also found a lengthy criminal history for Redfield, including felony murder and gun charges. He is being held right now for having a gun since he is a convicted felon. Aubrey's family is relieved investigators are working around the clock to find the shooter.
I was actually happy to see that they're working.
It really made me feel really good that I know they're gonna work to get justice for my niece.
Bree's family says change needs to happen to put an end to gun violence in this community.
And what I want the system to do, crack down on these guns.
They're begging to put an end to the silence to help stop the violence.
Forget the street code, forget all that, because that street code went out the window when they killed her.
Anybody come for it, please, come forward.
Clare Allen, on your side.
This literally changed the course of my life.
4 months after giving birth to her son, Marie Martin started feeling shortness of breath, and she couldn't lay down flat.
They came back in after running the test, and they told me, you have postpartum cardiomyopathy, you have congestive heart failure.
Marie was only 28 when she was diagnosed and has been living with PPCM for nearly 20 years.
When we talk about maternal health and the impact and how it just doesn't have an impact on your health after you give birth, but it has a lifelong impact.
In 2010, she was being considered for a heart transplant when she had another challenge to face: cancer.
It was stage 1 lung cancer. Where that came from, they don't know. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink.
Dr. Chad Ray is the director of perinatal services at AU Medical Center. He is also an advocate for PPCM. He says Senate Bill 338 will allow better access for care.
And that has become very much a focus for the state of Georgia, because currently it is one of, if not the leading cause of maternal death that we see that is truly pregnancy related.
Dr. Ray also adds cardiovascular disease affects women of African descent at a much higher rate than other women.
Women of color die more often. They die more commonly in the postpartum period. And they're more likely to die from a cardiovascular type disease.
Diagnosis is not always a bad thing, but if we're not aware and we don't know what the risk factors are, then we can't do that. So then you see even a higher number of mothers that just pass away because we're just not even informed.